So we're getting married in a few months from now, and the theme of the wedding will be early 1920s, 1930s style. And we booked a nice venue, which is a kind of a French-styled building from the 30s. So what we are looking to is finding a suit for me for the wedding. And so I've been looking for a while to find suits that kind of fit with the 1920s, late 1920s, 1930s style. And it turned out to be a bit tough, right? And it's kind of did some research and figure out what these look like. So what we decided to do, instead of looking for, on places like Poshmark or on Etsy and find something there, why not just try to create a custom suit, have a custom suit made, and that way we can kind of get exactly what we want. And I did some research online, and there's a few places around that make custom tailored suits. So what we decided to do is try a place called Hockerty, which has been recommended in a few reviews. So I'm gonna configure a suit on Hockerty, and then we'll see how it turns out when it arrives, and see how this turns out. So let's get started. So we are at the Hockerty site here. So it's at hockerty.com. And so what I'm going to select here is we're going to custom clothing, and we select suits. And we already decided we're going to do a three-piece suit, so I'm going to go with this. So we're clicking on this. So you get a little bit here, adverts, and so we get in here in this launch page, and we start with design a three-piece suit. So that will be a suit that has a jacket, pants, and a waistcoat or a vest. And so the first thing we can see here is we get a default fabric, and you see here the starting price is $389. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, figure out what fabric we want to do. And you see here in the filters, you get a whole bunch of materials, and on the left side here we have a few selections. And the wedding is going to be in Texas in late April, so it's going to be warm. And so what we're going to select here is a summer suit. And what we are really looking for is a linen suit. So this will be really probably perfect for the hot weather that we expect. So it's going to be most likely at least in the 80s, mid 80s, about 30 centigrade. And so let's see here, we can further narrow this down. We have here still our fabrics. So let's have a look here. We're looking for a brown suit, and this here is kind of what we went with. So it's a linen suit. They call this color here melange, which is a nice brown, and this looks like something that would be a good fit. And you see the price here has gone up quite a bit to $639. This is because this linen fabric is a little bit more expensive. And you say here, configured now, and you should receive the suit in about 4 weeks. So let's click next here. And what's really cool is you can go through the different styles. And so we have the default style here, which is single-breasted 2 buttons. We're going to change this to 3 buttons. So we get a little bit more of a vintage looking style. So see, it has changed here to 3 buttons. And you can do a mix and match. Here we want to have the same fabric for the pants and the jacket. And so then you can here configure the details. So we have a lapel style. You can do a notch lapel, a peak lapel, which gets these kind of pointy edges, or a shawl. Not really my style, so we're going to stay with the notch lapel. For the pockets, you can see here again, you can do pockets with a flap, you can do a patch, right? So you see a patch here. We're going to stick with the traditional lapel style. And then on the back, you can go ventless, you see here like this, or you can give it a center vent. I personally like the side vents, so you get 2 vents on the left and the right, so we'll do that. And for the pants, I like double pleated, so a little bit more traditional. You see here the pleats at the pants, compare this to no pleats, so we're going to do some pleats. And for the cuffs, we're going to do no cuffs, right? So we do cuffs, you see these cuffs here. I prefer no cuff. Then we go on to configuring the vest, and you can do here a double-breasted. I personally prefer single-breasted, and again with the more vintage style, we're going with a 5 button versus the 4 button. And as far as lapels are concerned, we're going to go without lapels. You can do lapels here as well, but I think I like this style here. So that's kind of the basic configuration. So now we're going into the lining, and we can do a custom or the standard lining. Let's look what the custom looks like. So you get a whole bunch of areas here, and I think what really would fit well here is something like this, right? So you get a paisley, nice brown color, so that seems like a good fit. So let's go with this. And we'll configure this in here. I'm not sure why this is not flipping over here. And a custom color. And we're going to click on here. And this should be okay. Yeah, we got the custom color. And let's also get a little pocket square. And we're just going to do with the traditional white. Can close this down here so you see the pocket square in here. This hasn't changed for some reason yet. So custom buttons, we're going to stick with the default buttons here as well. Buttons and thread holes, you can also get those in different colors. Again, we're sticking with the default. And then the internal lining for the vest, we can go with the same pattern here. And now we're seeing here this lining has switched over, so that is good. And I think we are all good here. And so we have our suit pretty much configured. Now, what about the measures? So what I'm not going to go through here is, so I already entered my measures here. And you see we have 2 in here, so let's remove one of them. And what you do is when you create your profile, you measure all your key measures, including inseam, outseam, shoulder width, and the site provides videos with instructions on exactly how to do that, and that's all very straightforward. You can also go with entering your height, your weight, and your body type, and it will give you an estimate of the measures. I highly recommend that you take the measures and go through the effort and do this, and not only will this give you a better fitting suit, you can also then use your measurement profile, which is stored with your profile, to order other things. And what we are also going to do, and what I have done here is, you see when you buy a suit you get 50% off dress shirts, and we can go in here and look at business dress shirts, something like that, and going just with a premium Oxford style. And so when you add this here, it's also going to use the measures that you have put in. So overall, it was quite a straightforward process. Again, we have this here in twice. Yes, remove it. So again, we had one suit in here. I didn't add the shirt on here in this demo, but we put a shirt in there as well. You see the suit by itself ended up $676 plus $15 shipping. You can also add, when you check out, an express fee, and you get a little bit quicker, but we're going to go with this. So this is the brown suit we have configured. And again, I didn't go through a lot of examples now how to do your measures. You will have to do that, and make sure you do that and spend the time, because that ultimately decides that the measures are to your own measures. So that order was submitted like it's here, and they said it's going to take about 2 weeks to arrive.
So what are you doing?
So the suit,
What suit?
the wedding suit, has arrived from Hockerty, right? So this came in this bag, and it came with a little thank you note. So this is of course the first custom-made suit I've ever ordered from this company Hockerty. So we'll figure out now how well the suit works.
What does custom made suit mean?
So that means that rather than getting a suit from the rack, where let's say my size is usually 40 regular, this works as we had seen in the online version, right? I put all my measures in there and then they tailor the suit pretty much to the specifications. So this is the suit. I did unpack it and put it on this hanger. The suit, the pants and the vest. So we're gonna try this on here in a minute. Also came with that little handkerchief here that I ordered as an extra in here. And also with this came this custom made shirt. Was also made from the same measurements that I put in there. This was actually 50% off with the buying the suit. And you can see here all the garments have the little Hockerty label here. It says made to measure. That's the same like with the suit, both in the back here and also here on the side. And you can see here the lining that we had picked out. The custom lining is in there as well. So quality overall seems on first pretty nice. Of course there is a little bit wrinkling here as is normal because we picked linen. And looks like the quality, you can see this is of course custom made, right? When it came, the pockets were a little bit closed. You had to open the stitches like sometimes you do with suit from the rack as well. It looks like they made everything to specs. There's a couple spare buttons here. We had chosen pockets with flap. See here, these are lined as well, so this all seems pretty nice. Buttons, standard buttons, they look fine. Maybe a little bit, I wouldn't say cheap, but I mean they're plastic buttons. So maybe if I get another suit made, we can also have custom buttons out of metal. But overall, on first glance, looks like the quality of everything looks nice. So now of course comes the real test in trying this on and see if everything is actually fitting to measure. Okay, so these are the pants and it looks like they're a good fit. Of course, looking first at the waist, looks like pretty much to our specifications, a little bit, just enough. And of course I'm not wearing a belt right now. What we also did is we ordered this with the suspender buttons. So there's two here, and two in the back. So I can either use suspenders with them or belt. So with belt and suspenders, I think we're gonna look at about here. And the length is also like we specified, right? Just to the shoes, but not very much. So I think this is exactly how we had intended it. So all this looks good. So let's do the vest next.
I feel like I shouldn't be seeing him in his suit before the wedding.
Well, maybe this is still a test suit and I'm gonna get a few more made. Now that we know how this all works. So this is the vest. Of course we don't have a tie here right now, so we still have to decide. A bow tie is probably best with a suit like this. And we had done 5 buttons. So everything feels pretty nice. Fabric feels good. There's the cat. Winnie, don't ruin everything. And the vest also very nice fit. Right? Looks like everything.
Oh, I need to do the back of it. I need to do the back of it.
Okay, so far everything feels good. Vest is tied in the back, so really good feel here. Not too tight, but just right at the body. So this all so far very good. Of course I wish I had suspenders already, so the pants would stay up where they're supposed to be, but so far all this is good. So now of course comes the key part, which is the jacket. And Winston, you know this is an expensive custom-made suit. Will you move? May I pick you up? And keep your claws in. We don't want you to Okay, very good. Okay, you go here. Okay, will you be nice today? Okay, so now comes the key, which is the jacket. So, okay, so far so good. Arm lengths, perfect. Right. Now one thing we may do is if I get another suit made, they're a little bit shorter even, but this is right where we had specified, right here at the hands. So very nice. What is also nice is the buttons are real as we had specified, so they actually open up. So that is good. Fit, perfect. Here in the front, right, just a tiny bit. So it looks good.
Button the top button. Oh, nice. You can still see the vest peeking out.
Okay, and from the back.
Very nice.
What do you think, Emmy?
She's a fan.
So overall, I think very good experience. I personally, I'm used to using very slim fitting suits. This is slim fitting, not quite as slim fitting as I thought, but overall I think this worked out well. The company does offer, if changes need to be made, you can go to a local tailor and they pay up to 25% of the purchase price for the suit to get alterations made, but I don't think any of this will be needed. So I guess we still decide if this is going to be the wedding suit, but I think it looks pretty good. What do you think?
Very handsome.
And what the animals think? You don't care, Winston?
He just wants out.
Emmy? What do you think?
She loves it.
Okay. Alright, so I guess that was a good success. So we'll keep you guys posted. If you have any thoughts about this, about ordering custom suits, or about this company Hockerty, where this is from. And by the way, there's no sponsorship from them. They were pretty much what I found by doing research. The suit was made in China. So the company is based in Switzerland. They're very transparent about that. Their textiles are made in China. From a quality perspective, both the linen seems very nice and the workmanship also looks pretty nice. Of course, we'll wear this for a while and see how it goes, but I think we'll definitely buy a few more things from them. So that was a good success. So here's a quick summary about the experience with having a custom-made suit from Hockerty.com. I think overall experience very good. I'm very happy with the suit after I've been trying on and wearing it now around a few times. Turned out exactly like I expected, so really positive experience. What I also like about Hockerty.com, when I did the research, I looked at a few places that make custom suits. Some of them are in Europe, and when you go to some of these in Europe, they have prices quoted in British pounds or other things, so it's always kind of a thing. It's like, how is this going to work out? What I do like about Hockerty, the company is based in Switzerland, but the Hockerty.com presence, when you order from the US, is clearly targeted at the US market, so you get quoted in US dollars. And like I said in the video prior, they're very transparent about they're based in Switzerland. Most of their suits are made in China. The fabrics, they're coming from other places in the world. You can also get suits made, for example, from Loro Piana, expensive Italian mills. They offer that as well, so they will of course be a little bit more expensive. But so from that experience, that was really good from start to finish. So there was a high degree of confidence. They did specify the suit would be delivered within 2 weeks. It actually, I think it arrived like 12 or 13 days, so right on target. They keep you posted in a tracker when the order has been processed, when the suit is being made, the quality control when it has been shipped. So this all very confidence inspiring, so it all worked really well, and the suit arrived at my doorstep, delivered with DHL, actually 1 day earlier than the tracking had said. So end-to-end experience, very good. When I started this process, I was a little bit hesitant especially since you know, this company Hockerty is based abroad, but no problems at all. Very positive experience. So if you have experience as well, please let us know in the context. I would be in the contents below. I would be really interested in your experience with Hockerty, and also potentially with any other custom suit makers online, and what the experience there has been. So we'll keep you posted about how the wedding goes with that suit, and I'll probably order a few more garments from Hockerty here. As I said, the experience was very good, but just let us know what your experience is with custom clothing in general. I'm very excited about the suit, and we'll be providing another video here about the wedding and the garments and a few other things. So see you next time.